Sir, kindly share your personal reminiscences with His Grace Dr. Paulos Mar Gregorios.
Well, friends, this is a good question. While I had heard a lot about qualities of head and heart of this great bishop, it was only in early 1985 that I first met him during an interfaith meeting called by the Archbishop Angelo Fernandez in the Cathedral Church of New Delhi. This was following the unfortunate anti-Sikh riots of 1984. Some well-meaning religious leaders from all communities decided to form a communal harmony forum, and Bishop was quite instrumental in creating this. And during the meeting, they decided that the best thing is to offer prayer for peace and unity among religions. They decided to begin their first prayer in Rajghat, built in the memory of Mahatma Gandhi, who always fought for peace. And thereafter, they visited various religious places, Birla Mandir, Gurudwara Bangla Sahib, Jain Temple, and this big church everywhere. So that was my first encounter with Bishop Gregorios. Then this continued. Later on, there was first Parliament of Assembly of World Religions in New Jersey, and I and Bishop traveled together to New Jersey, USA, and then we came a little more closer to each other. I must say one thing, that we were really scared of his stature. Great bishop, highly learned, degrees from various universities, but they say the great man is one in whose company you do not feel small. So that was his. So he had a sense of humor. We could laugh with him, we could joke with him, and the initial fear of bishop being inaccessible, it was gone. Later on, when I returned after attending a conference from Toronto in February, I believe, 87, I found somebody in my home that you have to go to Moscow to join the celebration of oldest Orthodox Church. I didn't know what happened. This is important. You have to go because you are wanted by the PMO. I went, and later I discovered it was Bishop Gregorios, who were very close to the authorities there. They were celebrating 1,000 years of their Orthodox Church. He recommended my name. I asked him, why have you done it? I thanked him. He said, no, I don't want any thank you note. His reason was that because of recent incidents, Sikhs are becoming unpopular, maybe negative media. So if with your turban on, you will be covered by the media, they'll think Sikhs are still respectable people. That was the strategy of expressing solidarity and sympathy with the Sikh community.
So, what was his understanding about the role of religions in this world?
A learned and wise bishop as he was, he could appreciate India as a country with diversity of religions. And then he used to use the term not tolerance, but celebration. He said, tolerance, you tolerate somebody, it's not a good word. Let us celebrate the diversity because, and then he also advised us that how we should behave, how we should learn to live with other communities as members of the family. So that is what was appreciated about Bishop, and he became popular with not only religious leaders but also with the authorities. So everywhere he was popular, he was very reasonable, and he, without any hesitation, visited Gurudwara, Hindu temple, or maybe Jain temple, without any hesitation. So that is what was the greatness of this bishop.
So, did he discuss with you about Sikhism? And can you share a few thoughts on it?
Yes, we had many opportunities of discussing distinctive features of Sikh faith, especially the Catholicity of the faith and its respect for other religions. You know it, we have a scripture called Guru Granth Sahib.
Yes.
This, I think, is the only scripture in the world which contains hymns not only of the gurus, Sikh gurus, but also of the leaders of other faiths. So this can easily be called first interfaith book or first ecumenical book. Guru Nanak traveled to different parts of India. Unfortunately, he went to south, but there's no mention of his contact with any Christian leader, though Christianity was flourishing in South India. But Guru Nanak emphasized that in dealing with other religions, you should follow a policy. He said, which duniya jab lag rahi hai, Nanak kich suniye kich kahiye. Oh Nanak, if you are, so long as you live in this world, first you have to listen to others before giving your own sermons. Difficulty with religious leaders is that most of them, they are not open. Bishop was one exception. That's why he remained a great bishop. He learned, he listened to other people's argument, and then have a dialogue. This was what Guru Nanak advised, that listen to others first. And of faith. So he had great faith. That's why he remained the great bishop. Now, we had the privilege of giving him Bhai Veer Singh International Award in 1990. It was presented to him by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I'll give you a picture of that I've taken from my album. And then he really appreciated the work that we're doing, and we reciprocated because I used to visit your church in Tughlakabad quite often.
So kindly give us your experiences with Mar Gregorios in attending various meetings and conferences, national and international.
As I just mentioned, it was through his recommendation that I went to attend the celebration of 1,000 years of the Orthodox Church in Russia. And this was a very great experience for me, right in the presence of President Gorbachev. I was talking, and being a teacher, I didn't know my limits, so I talked something which was not very pleasant. My talk was like this. A lady was escorting me. Whenever she saw a church, she would bow her head in reverence. And when she returned in the evening, I said, you come to my room, I have an important question to ask. I asked her, do you believe in God? Her reply was, I don't know. I said it should be either yes or no. This means she believed in God, she respected church, that's why she bowed. But in that sort of communist state, she didn't have the courage to openly say that she believes in God. That was the situation. Now, luckily, things are better. They're tolerating. Ironical as it seems, death of God was declared right from a Roman country. Italian Sabino, he declared there's no God. But then how the system is running. And the world has seen after collapse of Soviet Union, now this is a unipolar world, all money-oriented, package-oriented, and there's no happiness. So we are here working on works of Bhai Veer Singh, who supported environmental issues and spirituality. He said spirituality is the answer. And he was given the Sahitya Academy Award for his book, Mere Saiyan Jo. He says God alone can help in difficult situations. Man is nothing compared to the mighty Lord. So spirituality has to come back whether you like or not, because materialism doesn't give you any satisfaction. Because of fast means of communications, the world has become a global village, and global village needs a global religion. That religion will be religion of humanity, not of Sikhism, Islam or Hinduism. So Bishop Gregorios was one who emphasized most on moral values rather than on sectarian values. So that is how Bishop is still relevant. His teaching need to be spread. His writings need to be popularized because he talked of uniting the people rather than dividing, because sometimes we are fighting because of religious symbols, not realizing that our Creator, the Father, is one. So we are born in different families, we have different colors, but this is God's design, not your and mine design. Our 10th Guru, Gobind Singh, he says, Namastam Dharme, Namastam Adharme. I believe the religious, I respect the irreligious. I respect both because both are born because of God's design. If there are people in communist Russia or communist China, it's God's design, not your and my design, not a fault of the people. So we should respect all, whether they are believers or non-believers, east or west, black or white. This is all God's design if you believe in God's design. That is what Paulus Mar Gregorios always emphasized, and that is what others, you might have interviewed other interfaith people, they all appreciated him because of his Catholicity of views.
Thank you so much.